My name is Jennifer Belchi, and I'm a 5th grade math teacher at the school for the talented and gifted in Pleasant Grove. I've been a teacher for the past 12 years. I got my bachelor's in Spain. I graduated in Spain from teaching from University of Murcia, and that's all I've been doing throughout my career. I've been teaching 6 years in Spain and 6 in Dallas ISD. So I applied. When I was in Spain, I always had this dream to come to the United States to teach. So I decided to apply, and I went on an interview to Madrid, and they accepted me, and that was a dream come true. Ever since I was a little kid, I knew I wanted to be a teacher. I remember being a little kid that struggled in class, and I remember that one teacher that believed in me. She pulled me every time, and she would do a small group with me. She believed in me, she encouraged me, and I want to be that teacher for my students. Every day I try to be that teacher for my students. A teacher that believes in them, that doesn't give up, that challenges are part of the journey, and mistakes are the proof that you're learning. In 2015, I decided to join an ACE campus, Blanton, and I stayed within that campus for 3 years. And I remember when I got there, my students were at 20% passing in math the first year that I got there, and I raised the scores to 96% in just 1 year. So though it was a lot of work, I know that it can be done. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter the obstacles if you're trying. And every kid has potential. So I believe in every kid and the potential they have. This year I decided to come to the new school, to Stack at Pleasant Grove. And the thing that interested me the most is there's never been a talented and gifted school in Pleasant Grove. So I wanted to offer the kids from a very disadvantaged, economically disadvantaged area the opportunity to join a magnet school, a tech school, and compete with the best schools in Texas. So I know that it's going to be hard work this year because we are competing with the best schools in Texas, but I know it can be done because my kids have the potential, so I'm going to push them to make that happen. The greatest challenge this year was just starting. This is a brand new campus, and we had no furniture, no books, no technology, no whiteboards, nothing, no pencils, no nothing. We didn't have anything. It was an empty building when we came. And just a few days before the start of the school, my principal worked so hard to get furniture assembled. And that's all we had to start the year. We only had furniture, and then we got technology after, so that was a challenge. We faced so many challenges, not having any resources at all. We had to get creative. We had to find different ways to get money to buy supplies, because as a new campus, it's hard to start getting that money. We are gonna get the money, but not just yet. So I had to get creative, and I did things such as I created a project for Junior League to get a grant and to buy math centers for my students. I contacted the math department to ask them for manipulatives that I need for my students. So I think that there's always ways around to challenges, and I'm always trying to stay positive and flexible and try to find solutions instead of problems. Whenever I'm planning my teaching, I always consider the DTR application for many, many reasons. I know that as a teacher now, with TEI, we have to think outside the box. It's not that whatever you teach inside your classroom in isolation is much more than that. Going to PDs and sharing with my coworkers, I'm always thinking of ways to grow as a leader. And I always consider leadership. So for example, last year I joined Teaching Trust to grow as a leader and create a campus action plan to increase the scores in my last school. I always try to find different ways to get creative with my kids, to contribute to this profession. This year the focus is going to be to get 100% mastery. I know that my students came from a economically disadvantaged area, but they have the potential, and I want to be able to show them that they can compete against the best schools in Texas. So in order to make sure that all my students achieve mastery, I prepare my lessons very carefully. I prepare my higher thinking questions very carefully. I try to make my students accountable for what they're learning. They have to use accountable talk in my classroom. They have to be able to prove their answers, to explain why they got that answer and why the other ones are wrong. I push my students to the next level every time, and I differentiate. Not every student learns the same way, so I differentiate my instruction. I always have this small group that needs extra help. So I make sure I put them in a small group. And I repeat the instruction in a different way, using manipulatives, using different resources that may help them get it, understand it better, and achieve the same goal, but just providing the support they need. So this year, as I was completing my goal for TEI, my SLO, I selected my population, my targeted students, and my SMART goal. And that process wasn't hard because I've done it in the past. I just selected a standard that I knew that my students were going to struggle with, because I didn't want easy work. And I selected one of the hardest SEs in the curriculum for 5th grade math, because I like challenges, and I want my students to be challenged, and I wanted them to see the difference on what they're getting now in the first assessment on the SLO and what they're going to get at the end. Some challenges that I faced on the way is learning how to work with Cornerstone. This is a new system that we've never seen before, and it was hard for me, and it still is, because we haven't been really trained on it. So we're just trying to find information around and try to ask people, and then the principal and assistant principals are not quite trained yet, so it's a working process. A very rewarding experience that has happened this year is that I just got the news that I was promoted to a master teacher according to TEI evaluation system, and that was the most rewarding thing that can happen in a teaching career. You're at the top, so that was extremely rewarding for me. Going to PD sessions, going to teaching tracks, looking for different ways to learn, going to different NSTAs, and going to other states to learn more and become a better leader, a better serpent leader for my students. So that required a lot of hours, and then presenting with my co-workers. That required a lot of work, and going always the extra mile with competitions and with junior league, and all that is worth it, because you get the recognition. And this year I'm really looking forward to achieve mastery. This year I'm really looking forward to write history for this school. This school is a brand new school. Nobody has ever worked in here, and nobody knows about this school. So we get to write the history of this school, to see all eyes on us, to see that we are gonna make history, and my students are gonna really succeed and show that it can be done. Mastery is possible. 100% mastery is possible, and we're on our way to do it.